Hey, what's going on? This is Alex from Portland Event Films, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Falconized video light versus this Neewer light coming up. So I'm going to be reviewing these two video lights. I'm going to go what my criteria is for lights that I need and how did I get here to get to these lights. All right, so in my in-home studio, I usually use the Neewer 200 with a big softbox and a dome as my main video light. That's what I was looking to replace. The problem was with having the softbox on the end, it just took up so much space and the fan noise was atrocious. I just could not deal with it. My other option is I have the little LED panels made by Aperture, and I have to put a softbox in front of it. So those are two lights that I was thinking about replacing. Is there a solution? What can I do? So my criteria for these lights is I needed something to be able to run off remote or an app, because I usually put the lights up high and I don't want to go over to adjust them, or I'm in front here and I want to be able to adjust them while I'm on set. Then they also needed to be bicolor, because many times when I'm doing weddings, I have to match the room temperature. And they also needed to be battery powered. I don't want to have to worry about plugging in cords. I like the option, but I want to be able to just move it quickly from location to location and not have to worry about any cords. So those were my main criteria. When I'm looking for lights for in-home, I needed something that was small, could either be plugged in, run off battery, and take up a small footprint. And I arrived at these two lights. I got this one first. This is the Falconized 48. Then I got this. This is the Neewer 21. It says 21 inches. That's 21 inches from outside to outside. And then this one here is 14 inches from here to here. So this is actually 16 inches here versus 14 inches in here. So it's a little misleading when they're giving you the size of each light. So these lights have a lot of similarities and they also have a lot of differences. As far as the color temperature, this goes from 32 to 56, where this one goes from 3000 to 5600. Let's go ahead and take a look at the back of these. So they both take V-mount batteries, but this one comes with an adapter so you can use the Sony NPF batteries to charge it up. And the first thing that you should notice is the build quality on this whole entire light, hands down, is way better. It's a lot higher quality. You can take this off, you can put it on the ground, but this here is a little bit cheaper. I like this style better because if you can see, the profile is a lot thinner versus the profile of this light. But definitely I feel that this is a better built quality light than this light here. All right, so now we're gonna talk about controlling these lights. This one doesn't have a remote. You can buy one off Amazon. I think it was 70 bucks when I looked at it. This one comes with a remote, so I don't have to buy it separately. And I prefer remotes personally versus app, because when I'm at a wedding, I'm doing, let's say, a speech, I'll have my spotlights that are up in the corner, and then I'll have these lights, and I don't want to have to go to like all these different apps at the same time. And I've literally gotten cheaper phones just to put different apps on them to control anything. So there's a lot of stuff that I have to control via app. So I actually would rather have a hard remote that I can point to it, turn it on, and adjust it really quick. This may not seem like a big difference, but for me, when I do like product shots and stuff like this, it makes a difference for me. This one here, the spigot can actually be put on this way. So now you can see it's a great overhead light. Now with this one, you can't do that. It just goes straight down. But what you can do is, I've had to put it on a C-stand and have the extension of the C-stand so I can get to do overhead product shot. So it is capable to do it with that, but this one, I don't have to worry about a big C-stand. I could just keep it on this stand here to get the product shot. So this light here is set at 1%. This light here is set at 1%. And this one is a lot brighter. And for me, that's not good when it comes to product shots, because I only just need a little bit of light for them. So what I need to do is raise this light way up to get the same softness as this light. So that's particularly for like doing like product shots and over the head stuff. Me personally, I'm not worried about spill. If you're trying to control spill with these lights, you can forget it because it's just gonna go everywhere. To get the Falcon eyes to be the same brightness at 1% on the Neewer, you have to set this to about 25% to get it up there. So this is as low as it goes. So when it comes to product shots where you want a lot of low light and you don't need as much intensity, this is gonna be the light to go for. So as you can see, we have our V-mount battery that's powering this on the back. Like I said, this is at 1%, and then this is all the way up to that's all the way up to 100%. So you say it take a little while to get there. Then you can, so once you click this, you're now adjusting the color temperature. And then you're back to brightness. And then here you can change the channel for the remote. So you can really see how thin this light can be, especially when you take off the battery. It's a lot thinner profile than the Falcon eyes. So you can pick to either wall power or use the battery or off in this mode. And then the power adapter goes here. So this is the Falcon eyes 48 SO-48TD. You can select here if you want it to be on wall power, off mode, or if you want to use battery power. Like I said, you can use these two Sony batteries. But now here on the back, it does have an antenna, so you can control it wirelessly, or you can sync multiple lights up. And now you can do the temperature up here. And this one, you can go from 0 to 100 a lot quicker. That's what you need. And then this here, you can set your color temperature. So you can do the temperature and the percentage at the same time, versus that light, you have to switch back and forth. But with the other light, I just use the remote control to control the lights. So one of the things I like about both these lights is there's no sudden jump in color temperature when you're going through the ranges. Some of the lights, you have, you know, the cool lights that are on and then the warm lights that are off, and then when you switch, they automatically jump up. So there is no color temperature throughout these lights, that the color does a very good jump. I feel the color accuracy is a little bit better on this light versus this light, but I always do my custom white balances, so I couldn't really notice it. I didn't do a scientific test, but I'm just trying to use these in the real world. How would I use this when I set up for a wedding? And usually I just pull out a white card, get my white balance, and I'm usually pretty much good to go. And so I wanted something that was a nice soft light that I didn't have to put a dome or a soft box or diffuse at all when I'm doing a wedding, and also give me the ability to move in and out of situations really quickly with a nice soft light. So I will be adding this into my wedding arsenal coming up this summer. So the Neewer light is a 70 watt LED light versus the Falcon eyes, which is a 48 watt LED light. You can see they're both set to 5600, but the Falcon eyes light looks just a tad bit warmer. So as you can see here, we have the Falcon eyes at 1%, and we also have the Neewer at 1%. And you can see the Neewer is a lot brighter. Sounds good, but when I'm doing product shots and I need a nice soft light, it doesn't go quite low enough, and I actually have to raise the light up. They're both really good lights, but I'm gonna go ahead and keep this. And one of the main things is the remote and the price point for me. So I recommend both these lights, but that's the one I'm going with. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you guys have any more questions, let me know down below. Thanks.